It's April the 21st, but I can't guarantee it's going to be April the 21st by the time I've uploaded this video, because Lord knows so many things could go wrong. Because look, I'm wearing my mic, anything could happen. So I'm completely, look, I've got bits everywhere, but hopefully that will make a difference to the sound quality. Anyway, all I'm going to do today, I'm not going to do any potting up. I might plant some radish. I'm just going to show you, I was going to show you some of my herbs. I'm going to layer some sage and just have a little look around in the greenhouse, see what's coming on. I must show you my pond, the flowers of my pond, I'm absolutely loving them. And yeah, just have a little chit chat really. Okay, so let's get on with it. We've all got exactly the same view of our greenhouses or windowsills or shed benches or whatever you're growing your things on at the moment, because it's the time of the year where you have to start being creative and working out where to put things. Lots of potting on's been going on, and yeah, just waiting for the weather to warm up really, because within the next month most of these things will be going outside. Exciting times. The dahlia flowered zinnias that I planted a couple of weeks ago have come up beautifully, producing nice strong plants now, but to be honest, this is the stage they got to last year, just as the slugs got to them. So I've got to be very, very careful that the slugs keep away from them this year. Must be very tasty. I wanted to show you my dahlias. These are the £1 dahlia tubers from Wilkinson's. And I mean, look at this one. This one is Arabian Night. This is beautiful. I had this last year and it got frosted over the winter and turned to mush. So I got another one. And look how healthy this is. Look, what I'm going to do though now, I'm going to move it out on top of the bench because I don't want it to go too leggy. But look how healthy that is. That cost £1. That's a dahlia there. Other ones, the Procyon, which is a beautiful like firework yellow red splash of colour in the garden. I've decided to try that one. That one's coming. And then you look at things like this and you think, oh, that's got no chance. But look at that, it's coming from that dead bit of what seems like a dead bit of nothing. It's something that's coming. This one, I can't be too sure with this one. It's not looking too good yet. And this one, just to show you that, you know, they're not all fantastic. I think I planted that. Either I planted it a bit too deep or it's got a bit too moist. But it's not looking great. But I haven't given up hope yet. You never know. You never know. So, yeah. Again, until last year, I wasn't really a fan of dahlias or zinnias, but having grown them once, look at this. That was nothing last time I came down. Having grown them once, I'm a bit of a fan now. And just look at this one. How dead does that look? And then you look, I'll see if I can zoom in. Oh, you see that there? Oh, hold on. Where is it? There. Just there. That's new growth growing. Incredible. Don't know what that one is. I think that was in a mix of dahlia tubers. But yeah, they're going to be lovely. Fantastic cutting flower. And for the price. Absolute bargain, I think. I just thought I'd show you some of the cut and come again greens that we've sprinkled in the greenhouse. These are an oriental spicy mix. And so if I can zoom it, well, I'm not zooming in, I'm just leaning forward. There we go, that's technology for you. You can see you've got like a rickety one there. We've got this one with the red veins, actually is very, very spicy indeed. And it's just a really, really tasty mix of greens, which beat anything you get from the supermarket hands down at the moment. And literally we just sprinkled the seeds in the bed where the tomatoes are going to go when they're ready. In the greenhouse, just to have something cropping there while we're waiting, and they've done exceptionally well. So we've been using them in salads and that sort of thing, and I actually put a request up on the UK Here We Cook page to see if anyone had anything different we could do with them, and Tony Oh, Tony, I can't pronounce your last name. Sorry, I'm just swinging around the greens here. Look, shall I do something more interesting? Let's try it. Oh, there we go. That's not very interesting, is it? He suggested to try and make pesto with them. So I'm going to give that a go. So thanks for that, Tony. That was a good idea. Yeah, and I'll let you know how it goes. But look at that. A crop for basically very little effort, hardly any cost, you know, and we're cropping lovely leaves already. Brilliant. Mike's just clearing a bit of soil there. Again, a bit of spare soil to put in some Lola Rossa. Mike did his back in yesterday, so he's got some nice kneeling jobs to do today. Mike, how are you feeling?
Wretched.
Oh,
but good to be out.
Good to be out. Yeah. I'm not very happy with my beans. They're looking a bit raggle-taggle. Look at that big gap. But I don't know if you remember last time I tried to fill in the gaps with just bean seed. What do you call them? Beans. Just beans. Look, they're coming up. So, okay, these will be finished by the time they come up, but I'm just going to keep filling the gaps. So as they come up, I'll put some more in, and I'll just do it successionally. So we're not going to have a big glut. We should just have an ongoing thing of beans. But certainly, if we look at the next row, there's plenty of flowers coming on them now. It's not going to be too long before I'm having fresh broad beans. Fantastic, nothing better. Nothing better. That's what I say. I'm sure there is, but you know what I mean. Okay. Hello. In the overconfident words of somebody who's never done this before, this is how you layer a plant. Now with sage, oh, this blooming phone digs in there. Okay, all we have some water and some soil in pots. Really, I should have just done it about half an hour ago, but I didn't. So there we are. Just make sure that's had a good soak. And basically all I'm going to do with the sage, because it's quite a short-lived plant, it should be like about 3, 4, 5 years, and because this is so huge, I'm going to, instead of taking some cuttings, I'm going to try layering some of the branches. So, much as you would with your strawberries, if you've ever layered strawberries before, I don't know, find a suitable branch. I'm going to try and find one that I can actually get on the camera. Look at that one. That to me looks like a suitable branch. Pop it. Can you see? You can't see, can you? Perfect filming. Pop it on top of the pot and use a bent bit of wire. In this case I've just got some hair clips, which are very useful, especially if you've got hair. But if not, a bent piece of wire will do. And all I'm doing here, which you can't see any of, which is just try and do the other way around. There we go. Can you see now? I've got a rogue strawberry there. That's layered itself, you see. All I'm doing is just putting that in there. That's terrible. Hold on. I'm going to do it with a big tighter one. Make sure that goes right down into the soil. And basically, I'm going to put some more of that on there. Come back in a week or two's time and it will have miraculously rooted, she says. I haven't got the slightest bit of confidence in that one. I'll do another one. You see, I really should practice these things first. I never learn. Look, that's a better one. Can you see that one? Let's see if I can bring it a bit closer. Okay, here I am again. So basically all I'm doing is nice long piece of sage like that. What I will do is strip some of the leaves off, because it's these bits here where the leaves are grown. Are they the nodes? Are they the leaf nodes? That is where the roots will come from. So, oh look, I've squashed that one. I am going to secure that. Oh, that's much better, Jane. Yes, that's perfectly clear. Secure that in there with a hair grip or a Kirby grip or a handy piece of wire if you've got one, which I haven't. Make sure it's secure. I'm going to put a bit more on top of that. There we are. Crikey, I think I'll do cuttings next time. And again, let's try with this. So I've got no soil left now. I'm just going to take these leaves off there. I'll probably do with smaller pots as well. Put that in there. I'm going to put another one in there. There we go. Make sure you've got the soil on it. That's how not to layer your plants. You get the general idea though. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get a bit more soil to cover it up with, and hopefully, yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. We've got all the potatoes in now. We've got the Charlotte and Kestrel first earlies over there, and then we've got, we went for some main crop in the end. We've got pink fir apple going along here, and really I'm going to get closer. They're really, we've planted them very close together just because we ran out of room. But you can see they're only about, well, I suppose they're 18 inches apart. But yeah, pink fir apple are great. If you've never tried them, I'd recommend them, and it's not yet too late to put them in. Some purely self-indulgent footage of the pond area here. I say area because I can't exactly see where it is through the... Oh yeah, hold on, there it is. Is it there? There. But just look at how the flowers have come around it. And I mean, considering it's so early in the season, I'm actually cropping from this area in that I'm taking home posies and little bunches of flowers already. Because even though we haven't had too much sunshine, it is just a riot of colour. And I tell you, when there's not a lot else going on, it just gives us so much joy, so much pleasure. Oh, I'm attempting a crouch down. And I love it. This is what I love. You know, sometimes you just forget what you've put in. I'm assuming, I've only just found these. I know I had a few, I was given a few allium bulbs last year, and I'm assuming that's what they are because, well, they look like chives. So they're obviously, yeah, they're part of the allium family. But I'm so excited about those because I'd forgotten about them completely. And obviously, if they are what I think they are, they're going to give us some gorgeous, those big like firework flowers, and they'll provide some interest, obviously, when these beautiful things have gone overlooked. That poor thing. They smell fantastic. But yeah, you still forget things. It's so nice. I think sometimes in like a permanent border, is it border, permanent area like this, where you just let things get on with themselves, you sort of forget about half the stuff. And it reaches out and surprises you. Now, to all intents and purposes, this just looks like a right mess at the back of the greenhouse, which, to all intents and purposes, it is. But these are actually some really useful plants. They are plants that have maybe now outgrown their station, but I'm going to show you what they are anyway. We all know this. Sage. I mean, look how big that's grown. I've never grown a sage plant that big, and the leaves have been, I mean, actually saying that, these are only like normal size leaves now, but later on in the season they're huge. They're like giant leaves. So in a moment I'm going to show you how I'm going to propagate that to make a lot smaller plants, because oh, that smells fantastic. I know that looks like a nappy old leaf, but it smells gorgeous. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a minute. But the other things I wanted to show you, look at this raggedy old thing. It's just coming back. This has been in since last year. This is sorrel. Lemon sorrel to be precise. And actually, let's find a nice leaf there. It is perfect. Again, talking about those spicy leaves in the greenhouse. This is perfect to chop up and pep your salad up a little bit. It's got a lovely lemony flavour. Quite strong, and again, for a leaf, you sort of don't expect. We're so used to like really insipid lettuce in this country, I think, that it's nice to have something a bit different. I mean, obviously, it needs a bit of a tidy up, but I'm leaving these on because we've got a lot of cold weather forecast, and this is all given a little bit of protection. So, yeah, but later in the season, obviously, we're going to start getting these lovely leaves coming from down there, and they're just something a bit different. So I'd recommend sorrel. But something else I put in last year, because as I said, I love herbs. I love everything about them. I love the medicinal purposes. I love the folklore. I love the history. I love everything about them. So if I find an unusual herb I haven't had before, I tend to pick one up. And this area, is where I then bring them home and think, what can I do with them? And I dump them. So here we've got some salad burnet, and I've actually still got the label with that. And you know, apart from anything else, it's got beautiful flowers. It says the leaves have got a cucumber flavour, but I've got to be honest, it's quite a woody cucumber flavour, but you know, used sparingly, they're okay. But the one thing I am excited about is the woodruff, which looked like a really pathetic little plant when I put it in. Now, a lot of you will, oh look at that, don't like that one though, although it's got its uses, not in my plot. The woodruff, you can see this grown wild everywhere. Yeah, a lot of you think, yeah, it's a weed, it's a weed. Look, that's where it originally went in. You can see that's where it was originally planted, and it's just spread and spread and spread. It likes damp, shady areas because it's more of a woodland, ditch-loving plant. But what's lovely about this, apart from it's low growing, it has these beautiful white flowers a bit later on. Apparently, it used to be used for drying and strewing across floors, and making like little pomanders and putting in linen. So much as people do like potpourri and will put dried lavender in between linen and things like that now. Woodruff is meant to have the same purpose, and it sweetens things, sweetens the air is what it says. But apparently when it's fresh like this, I mean, I'm just going to have a smell now. Yeah, it doesn't smell of anything. It's only as it dries that that it becomes more scented. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull some up. I mean, that's the thing with this. There you go. I'm just going to pull some up. I'm going to take it home. Look, you can see if I wanted to plant them again I could, couldn't I? It'll be invasive, I know, but I don't care in this little bit. I'm going to take that home, dry it, clean it up a bit, dry it, and yeah, we'll come back to it when it's dry and see if it holds true. We'll see if it really does have a sweet smell. These are the little mountain pine that I planted from seed last year. I was given one of those funky seed kits as a present, and there was some maple, some pine, and can't remember the other thing in there. But whatever it was, the other things died off. But look at the good old hardy mountain pine. Tiny at the moment. Before I know it, I'll be able to put tinsel on them at Christmas. Might be a long way off from that yet, but yeah, grown from seed. Really pleased with them. This is the time of year, it's all going on here and the greenhouse. I mean, it could be midsummer. If you were like a little elf in the middle of this, it'd be a jungle to you now with all these flowers and everything. I don't know where I've got that from, I'll stop. But yeah, already this is buzzing with bees and hoverflies and all sorts of things. So I absolutely love it. But yeah, you know, before I came down today, I was thinking, what could I film that's going to be a bit interesting, really? And I know there are so many good people out there filming how to pot on, how to sow seeds, all that sort of thing. And really, I just thought I'd try and do something a bit different. So I know my sage layering wasn't the most professional sage layering you've ever seen, but hopefully I've shown you something different. It is coming on strong now. It's that time of year where you suddenly start to feel like, oh my goodness, I've got to get loads out. But as we all know, in the UK anyway, we've got a very cold weather front coming in next week. So we've got to be so careful. I mean, Mike put the Lolla Rossa out before, and I think we're going to have to cover that. Or at least keep an eye on the weather. We're sort of in a small town here and sort of right in the centre of the country, so we tend not to get really bad frosts, but we'll keep an eye on it. And oh, the sun's coming out, isn't that lovely? Look at the colours, look at the colours. I wish you could hear them. We might be able to hear the bees. Come here, bees, come on my mic. Anyway, the thing is, when the weather warms up, usually I'd just be able to whisk my jumper off, various things underneath, obviously. But because I'm blooming well tied into this thing that's still there, this mic, it's not worth the kerfuffle. You know, I get ever so terribly tangled, so yeah, I'm a bit warm now. Anyway, I'm going to go. Hopefully I'll try and get something up. I won't leave it 3 weeks next time before I get a video done. But sometimes life gets in the way. Life blooming well gets in the way of my garden. And so I'm going to, yeah, try and be a bit more organised, try and get down here a bit sooner. And that's it. Hopefully you're having a lovely time wherever you are, and you are going to have a lovely time in your garden. Okay? And I'm going to shut up now because I've got to that stage where I'm rambling on. So yeah, okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.